My bookshelf is looking extremely sad because I took the backbone of the organization. Hello everybody, I'm Roxy and this is Wreck Me BS. Today I want to share my 5 big book TBR for 2019. In case you didn't check out my 2019 goals video, you should, it's down below. One of my challenges is to read at least 5 big books, considering that I don't pick up as many because I suffer from that malady of wanting to finish more books. And so I feel like if I spent a whole month in a book, because I'm also busy with uni, it'll be sort of like too much, but I shouldn't think like that. So I have here 5 books I want to tell you about, and yeah, I'll check in 2020 or at the end of 2019, hopefully with good news, having read all these books and loved, because I think I will love all of these books. So the first book is Possession by A.S. Byatt. So this is a historical novel. It's about 2 fictional poets in, I want to say Victorian times, but don't quote me on that. Maybe it's before. Yeah. Well, anyways, they sent letters to each other, and I think it's about 2 scholars that discover these poets. It's a whole very big story, and that's why this is a very big book. Exhilarating work of wit and romance, at once a literary detective novel and a triumphant love story, it is a tale of a pair of young scholars investigating the lives of 2 Victorian poets. Following a trail of letters, journals and poems, they uncover a web of passion, deceit and tragedy, and their quest becomes a battle against time. So I guess I was. Then I have, yes, Moby Dick. So Moby Dick is hailed as this great masterpiece of English literature, and yet being an English literature student, I have never read it and I really want to. So let's see how that goes. Then I have The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton, and I've heard mixed reviews of this one, but most of the people I trust have loved this. Especially a professor of mine who is amazing said this was amazing, and I believe her. I also met the author at the Man Booker 50 talks. She talked about genre bending and basically inventing the Victorian genre, the New Zealand Victorian genre. With this book, which is a murder detective, sort of very Victorian historical novel. It's supposed to be fantastic. Once again, I've heard mixed things, but from the people that I trust the most, I have heard the best things. So this is actually going to be the first book I pick up next year. Yep. So moving on, I have The Secret Life of Oscar Wilde, and this is a huge biography focusing on his queer life, in a way that hasn't been done before. So I have read the beginning of the Richard Ellman novel, which is like biography, which is like the canonical biography every scholar uses, even though it has some tiny mistakes. And it's really good. I have yet to finish it. If I have the time, I would like to revisit that as well. But I want to read this one first because it's just another take on Wilde. I do know a lot about him, so I'm waiting to be surprised. And then finally I have The Man Who Loved Children by Christina Stead. And so Christina Stead often appears in lists of forgotten or underrated last century authors, and so I got really curious. And also Adam from Memento Mori really loved this book a couple of years ago, or whenever he read it, and he really recommended it. This is about a family, very numerous, and especially about the father of the family, who has a very complex relationship with his children. I think he is very devoted to them to a point that it might seem very unhealthy. Those are all the books, I mean not all, but the 5 books that at least I want to read in 2019. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. If you have read or plan on reading any of these books, also comment what do you think, and see you next time.